The Alchemist, scene 25. Santiago is not able to believe his own eyes. He thought oasis will have maybe 1 or 2 wells, maybe a few date palm trees, but here he is able to see 300 wells and more than 50,000 date palm trees. In fact, he felt like this area is so big than any of the place in the Spain, his own country. So many people gathered around the new travelers who crossed the desert. They were asking, did you guys see any war in the desert? Women competing with each other. They wanted to see any new garments, new stones, anything, jewelry. They were so curious to watch the new things from the travelers who came across the desert. Now the leader of the caravan is calling everybody back into one group. He is saying the war is still not over. So you all have to stay with the people, the local tribe people in the oasis. So I want you to surrender your weapons, your swords, your guns, because that is the rule in oasis. Because oasis is always a place of neutrality. So nobody is allowed to carry any weapons. So everybody surrendered the weapons. Now the Englishman is taking a revolver from his bag and he is giving. Now Santiago is asking, why a revolver? Now the Englishman is saying, it helps me to trust people. The boy thought about his treasure. He realized that the closer he gets to the treasure, the more difficult it is. He realized he needs to be persistent and patient. Only then he can get to his treasure. Now the people of Oasis started asking stories of what happened in the desert, what happened in your life. Tell, we want to hear that. But since people travel for a very long period of time, everybody slept except the Englishman and Santiago. Santiago was explaining his life story to the people of Oasis. Everybody was so curious. They were eagerly waiting about what is next. When he was about to tell his story about the treasure, that is the time the Englishman came. He said to Santiago that I need your help, come. He pulled him outside the tent. He said, let's go find the alchemist. So they started searching alchemist on their own. Full day they were searching, they could not find the alchemist. So evening they came near a well and they are sharing this conversation. Full day wasted. Totally. Now Santiago is saying, how about we ask somebody? But for this the Englishman is thinking, I really don't want others to know that I am here in search of alchemist. But then he thought for a moment. He said, maybe Santiago speaks good Arabic. I should listen to him. So he said, okay, I'm agreeing. Let's ask somebody. So there was a lady who was coming to take water from the well. Santiago knows Arabic much better than the Englishman. So the Englishman asked Santiago, okay, go and ask her. So he went to her and asked, ma'am, have you seen any alchemist? Do you know where an alchemist lives? Now the lady, she said, I don't know any alchemist, but I want you not to talk with anybody who is wearing a black dress because they are married women and you should respect the tradition. And after hearing this, he said sorry and the woman left. A person came there, male. Now Santiago asked him, do you know who Alchemist is and where he lives? He said, I don't know. He was kind of afraid. He left the place immediately. Now Santiago told the Englishman, even I don't know who Alchemist is. Maybe people don't know what Alchemist is. Now the Englishman felt confident. Maybe people don't understand what is alchemist. Maybe we should ask, is there any person who cures all the illness in the world? So now the boy is waiting and another person came. He asked, do you know anybody who cures the illness in the world? in this oasis? Is it Allah cured the illness? He was afraid, he left. He said before leaving that, you guys should leave along with the caravan when the war is over. Now the Englishman's heart is totally broke. But he was feeling confident that he is going to find the alchemist. So there was one lady who was coming to take the water from the well, but she was not wearing the black dress, the black cloth around her face. Even though it was around her head, it was not covering her face. It means she is not married. The boy went closer to her. At that moment, he felt she is the soul of his life. He felt it, a sudden surge in his heart. He was thinking, people used to say that we need to love, understand, and then commit with each other. But now he is feeling totally opposite. He has never spoken with this girl. He has never loved that girl. But now he is feeling that she is the soul of his life. He was in a different world. Even the girl can feel the same vibration. He could sense it. At that moment, the girl smiled. He also smiled. And he asked, what is your name? And for that, the girl replied, Fatima. Fatima. Great. Now the Englishman is coming and asking the boy, ask her. Now he asked, do you know anybody in this place who can cure all the illness? She said, you go towards that location, you will find him. Now, she said and she left. By the time Santiago turns towards the Englishman, he left because he wanted to find the alchemist. The boy waited. He wanted to meet the girl again. So he waited. He came the next day, same time, waiting near the well. By the time the girl did not come, the Englishman came. Now the Englishman is telling him the conversation happened between him and Alchemist. The Alchemist asked him, have you converted any metal into gold so far in your life? He said, no. Then Alchemist said, go try it. Now Santiago is asking, that's it? Yes, he said, go try it. Now Santiago is thinking, for this you came so far? Now the Englishman is thinking, at least I can try now instead of waiting for another 10 years. He has already wasted 10 years, but he is so happy that he has not wasted 20 years. At least he can start now. So he went, he started making his furnace so that he can convert his own metal into gold. Now the girl is coming. Now the boy is telling her, I want you to be my wife. Will you give me the honor? Now the girl felt kind of a bit shocked, but she felt comfortable and okay with it. They were sharing each other about their story. The boy felt, except for that 15 minutes with Fatima, he felt like the entire day is like a year. At that time, the leader of the caravan called everybody. He said, the war is going to go for a few years. We don't know when it will end, so we cannot continue this journey. Now Santiago came to the well and he told about the meeting to Fatima. Now Fatima said, you are here for your treasure. You met me while you are on the way to find your treasure. So I am also a part of your treasure. And I don't want you to stop and ignore the treasure. I want you to continue your journey. Now Santiago felt bad. He felt like when somebody is loving, we want to stay in the same place. And he actually felt like he can become a shepherd again. He don't want to find his treasure because he found Fatima more than his treasure. But Fatima said, I want you to go ahead and find your treasure. Be free like the wind of the desert. When you come back, then I will accept that we are the soul of each other. I'm ready to wait for my husband. Now the boy returned to his tent and he saw the Englishman has already created a furnace and he is about to convert any metal into gold. The boy wanted to talk about Fatima to Englishman, but he was totally busy. He said, the Englishman, the first phase is to remove sulfur, and to do that in a positive way, I need to have no fear of failure. And the Englishman realized because of the fear of failure, he was not starting this procedure 10 years back. He should have started 10 years back. Just because of the fear of failure, he did not do anything. Now the boy is sitting in the desert and he is just watching the sky. He saw two hawks flying. Now he felt the hawks suddenly falling down and attacking each other. And immediately after that, he got a vision that the oasis people are attacked by somebody else. He went to the camel driver and he told him that this is the dream which I got, that our oasis people are going to be attacked. Now he said, good, you are supposed to go and tell this news about your dream to the tribal leader. But they will laugh at me, he said. The driver said, they will not laugh at you. They know that now this time you are the instrument from Allah to tell what is going to happen in the future. So go and tell them. So he started going towards the tribal leader to tell what he has seen in the dream. The scene ends here. Let me know in the comment box what is that one thing which you loved about this story, and as always, sharing is caring. Bye.